Hello everyone and welcome back. Obviously, you know me people, I'm your good old friendly Ginger Man Guy, and today we're out on a stealth camp, so to speak. It is a semi-permissive environment, as in to say we can camp there, like they ain't got an issue. Technically we shouldn't. Obviously we could end up with dogs running up on us in this place, like as people ride down random through the woods. Like honestly, it's just one of those places where people could just show up out of nowhere. Mainly during the day, you might have some odd weirdo running around screaming at night. This is Bristol, as you could probably hear the sirens. But we're gonna go find somewhere, make a brewski, because we're Brits, we need a good brew. And then from there, we'll look at finding somewhere we can throw down our kit and set up for the night. Right, I decided I'll give you a view of what I can see as I walk. It's light enough for me to actually visibly see, so I don't need a head torch. So over there, that's like, I have to kind of make out my finger, that over there is like Town Clifton. That up in the air, I don't know if you want to see my finger, that's Clifton Suspension Bridge. And we are going down this side on the opposite side. So this is one of the things about stealth camping. You don't need a freaking big white light to show everyone where you're at. It's plenty light enough. I've got a clear sky, like full moon. I should not need a torch to walk along something like this. It's open, I can visibly see it, even though you can't see, I think, because I've got my brightness down on my screen as well, not to also give my position away, so to speak, because if my screen's bright and I'm walking along with a torch, everyone on the other side of the river would see me. You'd be able to see my position, but you'll see me walking along, like dawdling along as I go chatting to you guys, yeah? So that is one of the key things about stealth camping, is not giving yourself away, like light, illuminating yourself, so to speak. Like, in all honesty, normally I wouldn't even be walking along talking. It's only because I'm chatting to you lovely folks that I'm even speaking in that respect. Other than that, I'd be quiet the whole way in, under the cover of darkness, up to probably a location that I'm familiar with, where I can probably tuck in and set up my shelter. But yeah, because it's been so quiet, I thought I've probably got a couple of mouthfuls of coffee left. I'll knock out some distance, and then I'll stop and make a coffee somewhere. But right now, I'm not too hot. I've got a fleece on, a Caramore jacket type thing, t-shirt and a wicking base layer, no thermals or anything like that. So, and that's another thing, is going light in that respect. Like, so in my bag I have enough base layers, like I got thermals, extra socks, hat, that type of stuff, which is enough to get me through, yeah? I haven't gone with an overly massive kit. I've got a 45 litre pack, which to be fair cost me 22 quid off Amazon, and it's a good piece of kit. It's a bit like I think it's Molly one, American assault pack. They're 3-dayer, not the Molly 2 because that's a gangster pack, and I was a bit broke to buy one of them, so I got this one. And I am running a chest rig, just because I have ease, like being able to grab my phone, keys and anything else I need. It's located on my chest. Obviously I'll show you probably a bit better tomorrow when it's lighter, but I have like my torch and everything else stuck to the molly webbing just in case. Head torch is on my head, and I've been rambling on, but yes, that is El Clifton O suspension bridge, and the water is up quite high. The water is running this way if you follow my black finger. Yeah, it's going from right to left, so it is flowing out. So obviously we've already had high tide because this is a tidal river, and then we're travelling on again. But I'll bring you back in a bit or something. Yeah, right, so change of plan. I put my torch on, as you can see. Mainly it's just to kind of blend in with everyone else that I've seen coming along here. They've all got head torches on or whatever. No one's walking in the dark. So again, this is also part of the thing about stealth camping, right? Is blending in with everyone that is using the same kind of area as you. So as I'm walking down here, as you can see, like people are using head torches. They're using torches and things like that. There's people that's walking along with military packs on as well, chest rigs like what I have on, and all that stuff. So spotting this common occurrence, so to speak, being the head torch, even though there's plenty of light to navigate through here without a torch or a head torch or anything like that, I've opted to now wear a head torch on because I'm fitting in, I'm blending in with the people that are using this trail that I'm on before I slip off. So taking things like that into consideration. Now along this trail I'll use a head torch, yeah, but then as soon as I cut off, that'll be it. I'll cut the light, I'll sit there for a bit, allow my eyes to adjust. If I go to using any type of torch or lighting or anything like that, I'll switch to a red light, and what I'll do is I'll keep it low down by my waist or my leg, and then I'll keep travelling that way. So then I'm not giving my position off to anyone else with a great big white light like now. Like, woo. So I thought I could update you on that. Obviously I've never walked down this Pacific Trail at night, like in the evening, so to speak. I think it's probably about 7:30 right about now. So taking this in consideration, I switched tactics slightly to blend in more or less with others rather than going completely stealth and pitch black, if that makes sense. So yeah, very good, very good. There is a brew on there. Just your standard nail polish remover. Acetone free and kind to the skin. It's even better because a cap and a quarter will make a brew. And it's dirt cheap. £1.80 I think it was in Morrison's. And that makes a brewski. Right, don't know if you can see, if you can even see anything, but I've come off the main trail. I was hoping you can kind of make that out the trees. So now I'm on my journey. I made my brew, put in my ammo pouch flask, and now I'm off and me going. I have got my little red light going, just because the floor is uneven and it is pretty bad up here. That way I'm running less risk of rolling an ankle and causing myself a motor injury. Mechanical injury, that's the one. So yes, onward and upward. When I get closer to the spot I'm going to pick, I'll bring you back and we'll talk about kit wise. I just thought I'd come and show you this. So this big drop here is about 10 foot, yeah? Right, I've just come from there. I don't know if you're going to make it out down there. There's a tree, there's a little tiny slope I managed to come down. But I was navigating down through this woodland. I knew this was kind of here. I didn't realise how far across, like this way I was in that respect. So as I come down, I did slip and fall over. Lucky enough, I managed to basically stop myself falling, but I was probably about a foot away from coming down this bad boy. So this is what you have to be like competent, like, and actually pay attention to what you're doing and everything else, because I am very skilled at this stuff. I have done this for like well over a decade now. Like, and I was navigating with a white light line because I know the drop's there and I didn't want to take the risk and fall down it. But I slipped because there's rocks underneath all the leaf litter. Like I said, I fell down, managed to brace myself, stop myself falling off. But it is, you've got to be careful, especially if you're out here solo. Obviously, I do a lot of stuff solo, but that could have ended quite badly. That could have been quite a shoddy mechanical injury. In here, I haven't necessarily got the best signal. I don't even know how that works, to be fair. Like when it comes to 999, hopefully it just goes straight through. Signal or no signal. But again, I'm quite deep in a wooded area. Like, obviously you can see that just kind of just goes off down there. Look, there's the end of the path. Boom, darkness. That just pretty much goes down. Pretty damn vertical. I wouldn't try skating down it without a rope, but that way. This side ain't too bad, as you can see. Certainly, I'd probably say like about 65-degree angle and about 6 foot on this bit, so that bit wasn't too bad to slide down, but the other bit was like near on vertical. Not the vert, put it that way, not the vert. So yeah, it's just a bit of fault when you're out solo. Like you can see, like you got all that out there. I'm trying to wait there. Have I got you in the like? Yeah, so all that out there, and then it's just boom, drop. About 80 degrees, I'd say. Obviously, as you can see, all this is sloshy and muddy as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a wake-up call, shall we say. Obviously you got all that down there that just literally again just drops off, so I'm gonna step away from that because I'll probably fall. But yeah, onwards. Right everyone, I'm tucked up in bed basically. What I'm using is literally basically 2 ponchos, you might as well say. So I've got my normal I think it's MFH or whatever. You can't really see, I'll show it better in the morning when there's better light or something. Basically yeah, multicam poncho, British multicam, I think. And then on the outer is my Hela Contact Swagman roll, basically 2. When's a standard that I basically just stitched up like around them 3/4 away at the side, so it's like a sleeping bag liner, or that's what I've been like kind of using it as. And then my fancy poncho liner on the outside, the Swagman roll. I've had this about 6 years, the Swagman roll. Never get rid of it. Probably get a new one, if anything. I got the money, because this one's got burns in it and everything. But more on that tomorrow. Other than that, people, night, I'll see you in the morning. And unless anything cool happens, which I ever don't. Morning everyone. 8 o'clock in the morning. Woke up about 10 minutes ago. Lights only just starting to peek through. I gotta say that. Sunrise anyway. Getting light. But yeah, I slept absolutely great last night. Again, all I had was Swagman roll, like by Hill Contacts, and a normal poncho liner. Slept fucking toasty, to be fair. Absolute toasty. Worked good. Worked absolutely great. When I get my ass out, I'll show you everything a bit better. No, so I don't know how you can see it behind me. So that was kind of my pillow. Obviously that's me walking that. That's your mag, and that obviously is my chest rig. Made the same pillow. I'm sleeping on top of a bivy. Oh, fucking sorry, me head torch. Obviously, you can see it. That there, that material. Yeah, that's my bivy bag just in case. Because I'd already packed up my sleeping bag and bivy. Well, same as sleeping bag, we were busy me bivy. Before you started here. I bring the nightcap, which is what you can see me in, and then obviously I've got a poncho above me. So in a minute, I'm going to start getting the ass ready. Get a brewski on, get moving. It is raining, so trying to deal with all that. Waterproof wise, I've got my poncho, which is also above me. So I got like almost like a vestibule, so I can make a brew in that in a minute. Here's the nightcap. As lovely as it is, the kit wise, you don't have a vestibule for a brew. Just make a brew in, unfortunately. But does its job. Keep me warm. See you in a bit. Alright, so that's my shelter for last night. Obviously that peak wasn't pointed right out, that's just made it there this morning so I can get out. Put my shoes on, all that good stuff. But as you can see, right over there is a pathway. And right through there's a pathway. And somewhere through that bit of wooded there is a pathway. Apparently there's one there. I come up there last night and coming through all that lot, to be fair. So I have a little gander onto these. Obviously from this angle, but you wouldn't have walked through her last night. It was absolutely pitch black. But yeah, you can kind of make it out, obviously. I walk out this way. If you know where I'm to, drop a comment. But obviously, as you can see, my shelter over there. Obviously, I'm just coming out onto the closest footpath. I say footpath, I watched a bloody forestry commission guy driving down there a minute ago. So yeah, don't know if you can make me out. I am just in there. So I'll walk up here a little bit more. I didn't even know there's a little entrancey bit there. Kind of just barely make me out through there. But obviously because that peaks up. Yeah, I see what, like if that peak went there, I definitely blend in. I'll walk on this game trail. Cause yeah, I come in from through all that into here last night, didn't realise the paths were that close. I think I got set up about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Stayed up for a little bit, watching YouTube, and then went to bed. You can see it from this angle. tarp basically was put, my poncho was put up just so I had somewhere to put my boots and everything else to keep them dry and make a brew. I'm using the nightcap bivvy hammock. To be fair, probably won't use it that much going forward. I got plans and things to go on in life. It's why people haven't seen me posting videos, like. So this is the 4th of December, that I'm recording this. I think, yeah, the 4th. 2nd, I buried me nan. Like, just loads of stuff's gone on since, like, there. Yeah, I had the honour of being a pallbearer and carrying my nan, which I appreciate the honour of doing that. Right. So, yeah, people, that's why you haven't heard or seen from me for ages. There's been so much I got going on. With housing, with my kids and everything else. I just haven't really had the time or the patience to want to get out and video. I've gone out camping multiple times. I just use it as an escape to make things a bit better mentally for myself. But yeah, I'll talk to you more about that in a bit probably. Right, I've just thought, obviously you all guys know I generally use a Crusader. I think it's the Mark 1 set. That's got the plate designed to be used with the Dragonfire gel originally. Right, but here is the truth. I don't use that. It's just hectic, that stuff. Like, I just don't like using the Dragon gel. It leaves a residue crap in the bottom of your thing. Freaking horrible. And then you got to scrape it out and that, because otherwise it feels nah. But right, this stuff. Good old nail varnish remover. Not the acetone free stuff as well. I've used both types, right? The acetone free stuff works amazing, works way better than the stuff with acetone in it. Obviously you guys know my Crusader kit, but the difference is I have put wire wool in there. You may ask me why. Right, with the wire wool in there, it actually helps it burn, stays ignite better. You don't end up with what I call meth flames, which are going like crackheads all over the place, like fucking wild, because they haven't got anything to wrangle it in and keep it organised and in order. Whereas that, the flame tends to burn up like really nicely through the middle. You don't end up with like what I call meth flame, like where it's like all over the shot, jumping around and all the rest of it. That contains it really, really well. And as mad as it sounds, right, that boils my water better than when I use my old Trangia. But mind you, I say old Trangia. Probably needs a clean, to be fair. That's probably why. But that, literally 1.5 caps, right, will make my water in a rolling boil. So if I have to purify water like that, right, but 1 cap is enough to boil my water enough to make it good for a brew. And I'm not on about like just about drinkable, so I still got to let it cool down a bit, mind, so I can brew, like have me brew. But I just thought I'd share that with you. If you got, I think it's the Mark 1 Crusader mug, like kick set, pop a bit of wire wool down in there. Try the nail varnish remover. Works an absolute treat. And like, it don't take long. It really don't take long. Like, so for me, I think it was, I put it on, by the time I'd made myself a cigarette and everything else, it was all ready to go. So it was no brainer, innit? Oh. As you can see behind me, I'm striking down camp now. Pretty much got everything packed up. It's just literally the nightcap bivvy shelter. So I'm literally going to strike that down now, get it all packed up, and then I'll be off. Yeah, I can't really do much, show you me putting it down or whatever. Actually, I might be able to. Let's see if I can rig some up. Just a second. Right, just as a heads up, the reason you can no longer see my pack is because I got the selfie stick kind of rested in it, cinched in, because I got my pack freestands. It doesn't keep falling over. So I freestand it like that with a selfie stick, so you guys should be able to see me strike camp. Or at least that's the idea anyway. So Crazy dogs trying to chase squirrels. Oh yeah, in case any of you was wondering why I just like kind of just shoved it into the ruck, into its dry bag down there, the fly sheet, and I'll do the same with this, is because this is wet anyway. Not like from soaking like through the fly in that respect, just from the floor and that. So when I get back to where I'm going, I'll just hang it all up and it'll dry anyway, so it's not really the end of the world when you think of it like that. Obviously it's a bit annoying because it means there's more stuff I have to dry off, but yeah. And when I decide to probably do this stuff like full time, I probably won't even use this. In all honesty, I'll probably just get myself a new poncho, because my one does have some holes in it where I've had it for so long, and I don't really want to put silver duct tape or black duct tape all over it. So I just end up buying a new hooch, get myself another bivvy bag, because as nice as the British Army one is, it can be a faff getting in and out of sometimes. So I'll probably switch to a bit, probably the US bivvy, maybe, or even just a Miltech version of the US bivvy. It's because it's got the side zip and everything else, and yeah, that just makes life so much easier. And I'll probably get rid of this. As nice as it is, it's got a great concept. Like if you're doing like a solo through hike and you've got to hike miles, and there's some days you could bivvy, some days you could be in hammocks because of the ground and that. Something like this is ideal for that, which is originally what I brought it for. But I never got around to doing any of that stuff. So it is what it is. But it's a faff, I find, for me. I don't like having to mess around doing all the extra tent pegs, like the extra bags and everything else. So when my bivvy and my poncho's already put away, like this is just extra crap now I've got to put away. So when it all comes to being said and done, when I probably take to the road full time, I won't be using this kit like this. It's probably just going to be a bivvy, a poncho, or my basher. And I'll take my poncho with me anyway, because that'll be rain gear. Because you don't need loads. Or at least I don't. I find the more I have, the more annoyed I am. Whereas the less stuff I carry, like the less I have really, the better off I feel. As mad as it sounds like. So yeah, it's just a weird one that. There. Because I'm just going to strap this to the outside of my pack. Simply because everything in it is wet and I don't want it stuck inside my bag, and I got to dry it inside my bag out too. Not fun. And here's the thing, right? If I put the torch back on, so you can blatantly see where I slept, yeah? Now, I've seen it where people's done this and they've just left, and you walk down, you're like, oh, someone slept there. bit further. Ah, someone slept there. It don't take 2 minutes just to kick the debris that you've moved back over the spot, right? Now straight away, you can see there is a big difference. An absolute massive difference. Cover your spot. So even though up close, like if you walked in there like and you know what you're looking at, you would see that this has been disturbed ground here, yeah? Because it ain't quite the same as the surrounding. But to someone who's just walking past on the path and were to look in, the big space that I'm stood on you would see. You could see that. But this would blend in at a distance. And the closest path is just over that way, and I'd probably say 5-6 meters. You wouldn't see it. And yes, I did just do that, just bumped it and loads of water ran down onto me. So just take a couple of minutes. Just cover back up your spot. And voila. So from walking down a path over there, you wouldn't even notice this. It just blend in. So I'm gonna get the rest of my kit situated, and then we're gonna be off ski, alright peeps? So, we got Bigfoot of Bristol or a bunch of kids. We all know it's kids, but Bigfoot of Bristol definitely sounds more appealing, you know. Got a massive, it's not dead standing. There's still some leaves, I don't know why you can see it out there. Still some leaves on this tree. But you can see as it started to slowly start to tip. Obviously been hung up on these ones, and I'm going to refer to it as the Bigfoot of Bristol has decided to make a shack. Alright, going to have to be a bit more careful now because it's got a mountain bike tracks crisscrossing everywhere, so yeah, pay a bit more attention so me don't get ran over. So I can see the trail flies off through that way. As you can see, I am on mountain bike trail, and said trail down there too. That's a dugout, really big natural one, or yeah. So that is El Sandio. So that means roughly my entrance that I'm heading for is roughly through there. But we'll head that way and then arc around because all that gets nasty and thick through there. So yeah, onwards we go. Alright everyone, as you can see, I'm on my travels. I've packed up, kit situated, I've brewed up, and I'm on the move again. This time, heading back to kind of almost like where I'm staying, or have been staying anyway. And yeah, all in all, it was an absolute great night. If you keep seeing me looking behind, don't know if you can see, right, that is a cycle, like a mountain bike track. But I want to be out in the open, like out in the fields and all that. Oh, sorry about that. I am finger holding this shit. But yeah, as you can see, main road. But yeah, all in all, people, I've had actually a pretty good one. For you guys that are still watching me crap, God bless you guys. Like, you are the true MVPs of this channel. Like, you guys are the boys and ladies, obviously. I don't agree with the, yeah, you're just men or women. There is no in between. Simple. God created men. Right, as I was saying before, my phone decided that I needed to delete shit to carry on. Yeah, phone's full of loads of crap. I'm gonna go through it later. But anyway, as I was saying, God created male and female, and then mankind come out with all these other mental illnesses. Change my mind, people. And on that note, you lovely lot, if anything else happens, I'll bring you back. But other than that, I'm gonna love you and leave you. And like I say, you MVPs, God bless you. Have a good one and sayonara, people.